Hey everybody, it's me making another video. Really, I wasn't gonna really make a video today, but I just thought I'd do that today. This is gonna be a video, this is a video from a video requested by Jeff Hardy, Next WWE He sent that to me. He sent me a request video, and my last video that I did was Wrestling's Forgotten Gems #2. So he sent me two video requests. It's just gonna be the first one, and then tomorrow, if I have enough time or if I'm able to get to it, or probably Monday, I'll do a second video request for you. But today, this is his first video request. He wanted me to do, since I did a couple videos back, I did the top 10 worst WWE champions of all time. He wanted me to do the top 10 best WWE champions of all time. My bad, sorry about that. He wanted me to do a video about the top 10 worst WWE champions of all time. So Jeff Hardy's Next WWE's man. I thought I'll do the video and I'll just give you my top 10 worst WWE champions of all time. And this is just in my opinion and my list. So let's get started with this video, and this video is for you since you requested it for me. Since you requested it to me, so I'm just doing it. I'm just doing the video you wanted me to do, the video request you wanted me to do. So we start off with number 10 for the worst WWE champions of all time. I got Yokozuna. Really, he was an awful WWE champion, and he had one of the worst title reigns of all time. You really can't blame it on him. You got to blame it on how the WWE booked him. You could start off with his first title reign, which was horrible, and it was the same day that he won the title and he lost it. He beat Bret Hart in a okay matchup at WrestleMania 9. Well, it could have been better, but it was okay for what it was. It was probably Bret Hart's worst match ever, but Yokozuna was around that time. I guess it was Yokozuna's best match around that time, but still not a very good matchup. Okay matchup. And then it ended with Yokozuna winning as he was expected to win the title, and then all of a sudden Hulk Hogan came and stole Yokozuna's thunder and beat him in that matchup, and it made Yokozuna look like a joke. And then of course, Yokozuna did his rematch clause, and he would wrestle Hulk Hogan at King of the Ring 1993, where he would beat him, and then of course he would go on that long, sort of boring title reign where he had matches against Luger, and Luger just dominated him. He had matches against other wrestlers that dominated him. And then, of course, he lost to Bret Hart, and really, after that, he was just, people really just didn't care about him, just based on the way he was booked in the WWE. And that's pretty much why I got him at number 10, is he was just an awful champion, and he rarely defended the WWE title, because most of the time he would be in non-title matches. And then just the fact that how the WWE booked him, it was just horrible. And I felt bad for him because he was just built as a dominant, unstoppable monster. But once he got the title, he just sort of got built like he just wasn't booked right. And you can blame the whole WWE booking team for that, for not booking him the way a WWE champion should be booked. And that's why I got him at number 10. Number 9, as much as it hates for me to say this, as he was one of the most popular superstars of all time, I got the Ultimate Warrior. Really, his title reign, when he won the title from Hulk Hogan, many people thought he was going to take the WWE to new heights, but then the numbers started going down, and the house show attendance sort of went down a little bit, and the merchandise sales sort of went down. Just for him being WWE champion, his reign was just boring, and people wanted to see the belt back on Hulk Hogan. That's one of the reasons why he's one of the worst WWE champions of all time. And then, of course, the WWE realized this, so they had to get the belt off of him. So they had Sergeant Slaughter beat him at Royal Rumble 1991. In a controversial fashion. And then, of course, Sergeant Slaughter will go on to be champion, and I'll talk about him later. But still, Ultimate Warrior was a bad WWE champion, had one of the worst title reigns of all time, and many people were just hoping for him to lose the belt, just based on his title run being so lackluster. And that's one of the reasons why I got him at number 9. Then moving over to number 8, I got Vince McMahon. When he was WWE champion, it was just bad. I know it was part of an angle between him and Triple H, and it was just setting up a feud between those two and setting up a match at Armageddon 1999, and then setting up the whole six-pack challenge at Unforgiven. But still, it was just a bad idea to put the belt on him, only to have him. Yeah, it was a bad idea putting the WWE title on him because many people didn't buy him as champion. He wasn't known for his wrestling ability and just everything else. It was just a poor decision on WWE's part for giving him the belt, and poor decision on Vince's part for him booking himself to get the belt. And that's one of the reasons why I got him on at number 8, as he was just an awful champion. Although he would vanquish the belt and hold it in that six-pack challenge, he was just still an awful champion, and I just don't know why he did that. But still got him at number 8. Number 7, another guy who really should have never won the WWE title. It was Sergeant Slaughter. Really, he was just an awful wrestler. Well, he was an okay wrestler, but he wasn't like the type of wrestler you would expect to be WWE champion. But the WWE gave the belt to him, and boy, his title reign was sort of bad as he beat the Ultimate Warrior. He would then have that clause where he would win his matches where he can get himself disqualified and get himself counted out, which was terrible for a WWE champion to do. And then he just he never really defended that belt, and I believe, well, he might have defended it maybe 2 times or maybe not at all. And then I remember his only television title defense was against Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 7, where he actually lost the belt. And that's one of the reasons why I got him at number 7, is he was just an awful champion, and people just wanted that belt off of him just based on that. And that's one of the reasons why I have him at number 7. Number 6, I got Kane. Really, it was his one-day title reign. Yeah, Kane actually did win a WWE title. It was back in 1998 at King of the Ring 1998, and that it was a one-on-one matchup between him and Stone Cold Steve Austin, a first blood matchup, and he won by Undertaker hitting Steve Austin with the steel chair when Austin was trying to bust Kane open. And Austin was busted open, so Kane was the WWE champion. You would think this was going to be good. The WWE was going to kind of run with it with Kane as WWE champion and give him a solid 4-month title reign and sort of build on that whole Kane, Undertaker, and Steve Austin storyline. But nope, they didn't do that, as Kane ended up losing the belt the next night to Stone Cold Steve Austin on Raw, and WWE sort of just, they just blew it with Kane as WWE champion, as there could have been something real good with Kane being WWE champion, but the booking team just really didn't see anything long term of him being champion, so they decided to give the belt back to Steve Austin. Terrible idea. As much as I love seeing Steve Austin as champion, it would have been great to see Kane have a really decent title run and then have people take him seriously, and then you could finally have Steve Austin or whoever was set to beat him for the belt to have him drop the belt to them. But still, he didn't, and thus that's one of the reasons why he's on this list number 6, as he was just a poorly booked champion, and he just only had that one title reign and lost it the next night. Lost his first title defense the next night. Number 5 goes to RVD. Really, I have RVD on this list, as really he was just not a very good WWE champion, mainly how he was booked. Mainly how he was booked and his lackluster title run. Really, he won the belt at ECW, well, WWE or ECW One Night Stand 2006 in a match against John Cena, and then after that, he just rarely defended his title. Most of his matches would be like non-title matches on Raw or SmackDown, or Raw or SmackDown or whatever, and then he would only have his first successful title defense against Edge at Vengeance 2006, and then his second title defense is where he lost the belt in a triple threat match against John Cena and Edge, mainly due to the fact because of that he got in trouble the previous day before, and the WWE had to do something, so they decided to get the belt off of him. But still, very awful champion based on how he was booked, and that's one of the reasons why I got him at number 5. Stay tuned for part 2 of my